in Canada because
a boot. Not a boot. Sorry.
Hey, welcome back to Trail Trash Garage. Today we're working on a 2003 GL1800. It's in for a brake job and just replacing pads. We've already kind of flushed the fluid, but I think there's still some sponginess in there, so we're going to probably re-bleed the brakes. There's some tutorials online for that, for the GL1800 and probably the 1500 too. So I probably won't film that. It's just general routine maintenance. But why I'm bringing you guys on is we are going to be installing a luggage rack on here, and it's going to require drilling the back lid. So I figured maybe we'd film it and see, how we do, and if I really screw it up, it'll be saved forever. And if it comes out nice, well, bonus. I'm going to go ahead and get the brake pads done off camera, and then I'll bring you back for the luggage rack install. All right, trunk rack install. So I'll give you the part number for this. It's a Parts Unlimited trunk rack for GL1800. Part number DS-710210. Okay. So basically we're gonna have to line this up because when we drill, it's gonna be, that's it. That is it. So get this all lined up here. Now it did come with these nice rubber feet, which is really nice. But what you want to do is we want to be able to lay these down and mark it. So I'll put a little bit of paint right there and mark where I want to go eventually. So we can center punch and drill. All right, so we've got a ridge here. Yeah, you can probably see it in the light. There's a ridge in the plastic right there. So what I'm going to try to do is line this up between those two, that ridge. I'll try to bring this forward, but I don't want to bring it too forward because I don't want to be banging into this or up against that. So we're just going to come in here nicely. And that looks good. Now I'm just really quickly going to measure from here to here to make sure that it's even. All right. So we've got exactly 5.5 inches from that ridge. On the ridge we have 5.5 inches. All right. Everything looks pretty good. So we're gonna get a Sharpie that wipes off, and I'm gonna make a circle here so that I can line it right back up. I'll put a little paint on those little nubs. We'll set it down lightly just to paint to mark the surface, and then we're gonna go ahead and go. Actually, I think I'm gonna lay down some masking tape underneath those. Hold on. This will hopefully keep the drill bit from chipping the plastic paint up too much. Now we're gonna paint, and I'm gonna remeasure that real quick. All right, get a Sharpie, it'll mark that. Okay, we're just putting paint on those little nubs here. And they made almost no marks. Okay, we'll try that again. Well, as soon as I put pressure on these, they just pop back up in there, and they don't seem to be leaving much for marks. So just to verify, I'm going to pull these off, or one of these off, and I'll poke that through. Get off there. I got this fine tip chrome marker, so we'll line that up. Yeah, put a little mark there, mark there, and mark here. All right. So boom, there we go. And going halfway around it, you can kind of reasonably, where would that marker tip go? Well, that's almost like pretty. That should be exact. Should be being the optimal word there. All right, let's go get us a drill and get down through this sucker. We got the hardware here. Looks like good stainless hardware. I wonder if it's a metric. probably not. But anyway, it looks like close to an M6. So I'm probably going to use a step bit, but you need to be careful with this stuff, right? Like the step bits. They're not metric, they're standard, but they'll leave a nice beveled edge, but sometimes they don't get all the way down through, depending on how thick this plastic is. And then you're not going to have a uniform hole because you're going to have it smaller at the bottom and wider at the top. So you got to kind of go underneath and smack it. So you want to go just a tiny bit smaller with that so that you just get that. And if you need to go underneath to kind of ream it out a little bit, then that's fine. But you want to get as uniform of a hole as you can. I mean, a little countersink's not terrible just to kind of deburr it, but I would say probably to the third one. All right, let's go. Let's find out here. The nice thing about these step bits, I find they don't wander as much though when you don't center punch it. Boom. So there, yeah, we got big enough for the bottom, but we're not going through. All right, let's open that trunk. So we're gonna get that off. Phillips. 2 left. All right, forgot about those. Just going to widen that out for the second bit. There we go. We're going to go ahead and do this first. Gently there. It comes with these. These are going to come in from the backside, rubber. These are going to be, these are got, they're, I don't know, indented or whatever. So they're going to go over here. So they fit right on there, nice and snug. That's a nice fit, and it looks nice, nice finish. We need 2 of these. We're going to see if we can get these screwed in here. There we go. We'll do the same thing to here. I'll get the right size Allen key here. All right. That one doesn't seem long enough. Did this one actually start? No, it didn't. These screws are like almost not long enough. And that didn't bite either. Well, I don't want to take the rubber off both sides of that. But they don't want to bite. I want to see if I got any longer ones in stock. I don't have any extras. So I'm going to take the rubber backing off the back. Okay, that'll give us a little bit more bite. And it's still going to be rubber mounted. There's washers on the other side. That's going to spread that. It's going to spread the load of that screw head across that plastic. So the rubbers, the second rubber washers, probably redundant, and these will probably over time dry rot in the sun and start to break down. And wouldn't be bad to have some spares. You could always cut them from, you know, something like a inner tube or something like that, but having the real ones wouldn't be too bad. All right, now they're not going to fly off. Let's get these tightened up. You don't need to compress the O-ring there too much, or the rubber spacer. It's going to keep tension almost like a split washer to kind of help those from backing out. So that's pretty good. That's good and solid. So there you go. Yeah, so we'll get the liner back in. Just a quick one, short video, but you know, just in case somebody's out there and is a little leery about drilling their shiny new GoldWing lid. It's not that hard. Follow the steps. Be careful. Don't drop tools onto the paint. And yeah, if I can do it, anybody can do it. All right. So for Jeff at Trail Trash Garage, we'll catch you in the next video. You know we're in Canada because
a boot. Not a boot. Sorry.